Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the shop. It's time to see about getting this table put on here. So after spending about a day underneath of it, cleaning all the goop out and getting all the old crusty dried up oil out of the passageways underneath of there and cleaning the oil holes, it's time to see about getting this on here. Well, I gotta back his foot off over here to get it to come on down. It's hitting the rail, so I'll do that and I'll bring you back. Well, it's fine. Decided to warm up here. We're in the 70s for a change, so I can be like Adam Booth in my shop and wear short sleeves and be all nice and comfy. And I've got my mill put back together. Still got some more stuff to do to it. I've got to get these feet leveled and adjusted. There's one bolt over here on this leg I can't get loose, so I'm waiting on a wrench to come in for that because I need a 2 3/8 open end and I don't have any. I bought a box end to do these other bolts with, but this one is through both legs, so there's no way to use a box end on it. Got to use an open end wrench. And my one monkey wrench that I had, with the 6-foot pipe on it, trying to get it loose, it didn't fare so well. It snapped it off. So that's the end of that. My 18-inch crescent wrenches won't open up big enough to do it either, so I'm out of tools. I tried hitting the flat on it with a punch to get it to rotate, and it didn't want to do that either. So just had to wait for tools to come in to adjust it. But for now, the table is sitting entirely on the mill. It's not sitting on any of these outboard supports. I went up to the other shop and got my American rotary phase converter and brought it down here. And I've got it rigged up to the mill just because I can't wait to get it going. So I don't have the wiring stuff all done in the building. So I just got an extension cord run down here to the phase converter. It's a big extension cord. It's made for welders. And use the wires I had running into the box up there in the shop to get this wired to the mill. So I guess we're ready to see if this thing will work. Let me hit the phase converter and we'll see if the mill will run. By the way, if you hear Bailey barking right now, he's outside and the door's open, so he can do whatever he wants. There's no telling what he's doing. He's the boss. Phase converter works. lets the coolant run back to the head. Now the end, looks like it's half thou the other way now. Must be that hump in the middle of this thing again. This is going to try and take the bolts and pull that down out of it. So we'll see if we can improve that. But for now, let's see what it is crossways. Looks like right there, it's no more than a couple of tenths. It's less than a half thou. Operator side, which again is the way I prefer because the coolant needs to go to the other side to drain out of the table. Alright, hopefully I behave. Let's reel it back in. It's all the way back. Hopefully the glare wasn't blowing that out too bad. It's like about the same right there. So I know I'm pretty excited to get this mill running after all these years. Still got a lot more work to do, but we're definitely making a lot of progress here on getting this thing operational and getting it where it can do good work. You know, I could just throw this thing together and start punching holes and be alright for most stuff, but I want to get it as good as I can get it with what it is. So I'm going to keep tweaking on it before I do my first job. That way I can do as good a work as I can possibly do and not just kind of have to mutter my way through and fudge it until I get it to where it needs to be. I'd like to be able to have this machine where I can hit my numbers without a lot of trial and error and guesswork. I'd like to have the confidence to know how it's going to perform. So these inspections, whether or not they get the machine to new condition, let me know what to expect. So Like right now, I know there's a hump out there in the middle of this thing, and if I had a long line bore in this and I was boring a 10-foot hole, it would have a curve in it. So, don't know how much. It's difficult to quantify from where we are here. Could be 10, 15, 20 thousandths. There's really no telling how big that hump is, measuring with a level. It's not the best tool probably for doing this job, but it's pretty much all I've got to work with. Dragging a string across here and measuring is not really a lot better. There's a lot of sag in the string. It would amplify the bow because it'd be reversed of it. But we'll see what we can come up with as far as maybe doing some other inspections and tests. But the main thing will be how this cuts. Also, I've got a granite cube. It'll probably be about the next thing I'll do once I get this, if I can get this bow out of the table to where the level is consistent and get any twist out that it has, get it to where it appears to be running as true as possible on the level. It's not too bad right now for a big machine. It's probably actually does better than my Cincinnati. It'll tip the table pretty good when it goes over center. So I'd have to say so far I'm pleased with this, but it can always be better. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch y'all later.